Hello there. The verdict is in. Those £9.3 million worth of Remain biased leaflets printed and issued by the Cameron government to every household in the UK did influence voters. The Brexit side of the referendum campaign has received a lot of very one-sided flak in recent months regarding overspending. But now the Independent Commission on Referendums has issued a report that points to the unfair advantage that the Remain side had because of the £9.3 million spent by the Cameron government on pro-EU biased literature delivered to every household in the land. In its report, the Commission says, less than 3 months before the EU referendum, the UK government spent £9.3 million of public funds distributing a leaflet entitled "Why the Government Believes that Voting to Remain in the EU is the Best Decision for the UK", the purpose of which it claimed was to help the public make an informed decision in the upcoming EU referendum. It then went on to say that the leaflet drew criticism for being one-sided and that, in its post-referendum report, the House of Commons Public Administration and Constitutional Affairs Committee said the leaflet was inappropriate and counterproductive for the government. The Commission report includes the following conclusion. The Commission is concerned that the current restrictions on government during referendum campaigns permit potentially unlimited spending of public money in favour of one side of the debate before the final 4 weeks of the campaign. And it then recommends that the Section 125 restriction on what a government can send out to voters be extended to the start of the referendum regulated period, not just the last 4 weeks. Now, if that's not an admission that the government pro-Remain leaflets swayed many voters against Brexit, then what would such an admission look like? Now to the no-deal Brexit. Reuters says an IMF report is stating that the EU will take a 1.5% hit in its GDP should they allow the UK to walk away without a free trade deal. On top of that, the Republic of Ireland would be the biggest losers here. Here's an extract from the Reuters report. The EU's lost economic output in the case of a no deal would cost the bloc around $250 billion, according to Reuters calculations based on the IMF's estimate of the size of the EU economy excluding Britain this year. Lost employment could total 0.7% of the EU workforce, or more than 1 million jobs. Now, before Brexiteers chuckle and Remainers try and dismiss this, I would like to point out that this is an IMF report. A report from a group that wishes to keep the UK inside the EU. A report from a body whose reports Brexiteers usually dismiss. Also, this report only covers the impact of a no-deal Brexit on the EU. It does not cover any impact on the UK, although the IMF has recently downgraded its assessment of future UK growth. But I wouldn't be surprised to see another IMF report in the coming weeks that seeks to redress that shortcoming, and there are absolutely no prizes for guessing what would be in that report. And moving to this side of the channel, regular watchers of my videos will remember that a couple of days ago I said that Project Fear would be massively ramped up in the next few months as we approach Brexit Day on the 29th of March 2019, so as to justify extending the Article 50 negotiating period. Well, Remain-minded Tory MP Dominic Grieve has just issued the dire warning that a no-deal Brexit would cause a state of emergency in the UK. Former Attorney General Dominic Grieve, a leading Conservative Remainer at Westminster, warned Britain leaving the EU without a deal would be absolutely catastrophic, reports Sky News. Talking to the Sophie Ridge on Sunday show, he said, "We've got to be realistic about this. We will be in a state of emergency. basic services that we take for granted might not be available. And as I've said before, you will hear more and more of this talk in the coming weeks and months as Brexit Day draws ever nearer. In truth, the fear-mongering did begin gently a couple of weeks ago with a Guardian report on what food to start stockpiling in the event of a no-deal Brexit, and that the story broke on Tuesday that the government, in anticipation of a no-deal Brexit, has been drawing up plans to stockpile processed foods. But are we to see the establishment of a wartime-style Ministry of Food and reports that ration books for everything from bread to meat to alcohol to tobacco, etc. are being printed and issued ready for use? Will the sharp-suited city spivs move out of their offices and onto the streets of our cities, sidling up to people in the style of George Cole playing the memorable role of Flash Harry with offers of all sorts of contraband? Well, the Ramonas are going to do their level best to paint this as the forthcoming picture. It's whether they can convince ordinary sensible people of that is the question. So please let us all know what you think by leaving a comment below. Thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.